Helmets have been in use since the first man decided to put a turtle shell on his head. And since then, they have gone through a countless number of changes, variations, and styles. But none, in my opinion, even comes close to the beauty that the Sallet provides. This is my Sallet from Bareena Emporium. So as you can see, it doesn't matter if you're wearing a helmet or not. Your friends still love to hit you in the head, but they find it much funnier when you're inside of a bell. This is my new helmet from Bareena Emporium. I purchased it a few months ago and I've had the opportunity to fence in it I got about 2 hours worth of time inside this helmet so far. And I'm really happy with it. For what it is, this is the only helmet I've ever worn, so I have nothing to compare it to. My opinions are also biased because I'm in love with this style of helmet, so take that for what it is. I'm not going to tell you whether you should or shouldn't buy it, nor am I going to tell you if it's safe for you to wear it or not. That's between you and your God. What I am going to show you is just what it is. So first things first, with the visor up, you wouldn't fight like this, but with it up we can better see the perforated plate here to protect the eyes in case of an incidental strike through here. So it is, in my opinion, well, again, not telling you if it's safe or not, but I feel comfortable wearing it for fencing. With that visor up, I can also drop this bever and get a little bit more breathing room in between fights. This also makes it a little bit easier to talk out of. It has slots cut in there, so it performs double duty. It does help with breathing, in my opinion. Also, when I'm fighting with it, I can see out of here and I can see through these bottom slits, so it does help me move around a little bit, although I wouldn't rely on it life or death. The tail of the helmet articulates. That's all I got to say about that. I ordered this in mild steel. You do have the option to also get it in stainless steel. I believe they're both made in 14 gauge metal. It also does come in 3 different sizes. When you order it, don't adjust your sizing based on how you think you're going to have your helmet padding. That's already accommodated for when they make the helmet. The helmet itself does not come with any padding. That is something you'll need to put in yourself, and we'll go over that a little bit later, how I achieved that solution, as well as how somebody else with this helmet padded theirs. One more point I'd like to touch on before we move to the inside of the helmet. There is a channel by the name of Left-Handed HEMA. I highly recommend you go check his stuff out. It's informative stuff. He has a video on this same exact style of helmet. And while there is no definitive proof that there is a first and second generation, I believe he has the first generation of this helmet, whereas I have the second. There's only 2 things that really stand out to me that make me think that. One is the ridge along the crown of this helmet. I have one, he does not. And in his video, he complained about the visor sitting too low here, sitting lower and actually impacting the top of his nose when he was using it. I don't have any of those issues. I think the visor sits up very nicely, and it leaves a pretty good gap between my nose and the visor itself. So outside of that, the sizing One recommendation I'll give you: don't adjust your sizing based on of your head. That is, based on how you think the helmet padding is going to be, as these don't come padded. You get a bare bones helmet, which is good because you can set it up however you like. You don't have to set it up how we set it up. Myself and left-handed HEMA have gone a similar route with the military ballistic helmet padding. I've opted for the 4D helmet pads. You can find them on TNVC. I'll put a screenshot here. And while these helmet pads are pricey, don't get me wrong, I've found them to be my favorite helmet pads for wearing anything heavy on your head for extended periods of time. I believe that these pads specifically distribute the weight and absorb a lot of impacts that I take. And I'd rather spend a little bit more money there and enjoy wearing my helmet more. So kind of another example I have here is my normal ballistic helmet that I wear for airsoft. And I've worn these for extended periods of time as well, days on end. And that ends up being a very comfortable helmet to wear, not even close to the weight of my Sallet. This coming in around a whopping 10 to 11 pounds. Now, with all that being said, I think I've covered everything I'd like to cover. Naturally, if I forgot anything, please let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to get back to you. As always, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.